Hey guys, what is going on? This is Daaro DS and welcome to Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. We are finally here. We are finally getting started with the story mode of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Finally finished up Arena just the other day. Episode 8 is up for your viewing pleasure, and the finale of Episode 9 will be up there shortly as well. So, let us continue. Episode P4. And the fact that I already cleared all these. But I haven't shown you guys yet, so we're gonna play it anyway. The Mysterious Guest. We're gonna do Chapter 1 today. And that will be it. And Chapter 2 will be, at least one part of Chapter 2 will be tomorrow, or if not both. So let us begin Chapter 1 of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
So you will not require our assistance. Is that correct?
Very well. In that case, there is nothing more to be said. As for your presence here, this room is ordinarily only accessible to those bound by a contract. You are fated to refine your power. You will most definitely require our assistance, eventually. Until we meet again, farewell. Most intriguing.
Are you certain about this? Our domain is indivisible from the destiny of our guests. Nothing meaningless happens in this room, which can only mean that the fate of our visitor just now will be...
Margaret?
Pardon. I spoke out of turn. We are only allowed to watch over and assist those guests who are bound by the terms of the contract.
Indeed.
So, the young man Yu Narukami is tied to our recent guest's fate. I wonder what fate, or rather, encounter will await him. Yu Narukami. Now that's a guest who never ceases to amaze.
It's May 5th, the day after we saw Labrys and the Shadow Operatives off. We're in the corner of the chaotic as usual Junez food court.
I had a hunch this was gonna happen.
Well, your hunch isn't getting us anywhere. What are we supposed to do? There's not a single open seat.
And Chie being most obnoxious as ever.
That's just how it goes at Junez during Golden Week. And on Children's Day at that. If it wasn't this busy, we'd be out of business by now.
Today's Children's Day?
Huh?
I should have brought Nanako.
Yes, you would think that. You would definitely want to bring Nanako for Children's Day.
That's what you're worried about?
Watching the kids run around, I think back to Nanako's face when I told her I would be going out. She looked like she wanted to say something. I feel bad I didn't ask her about it. But given what we came to talk about, I couldn't take her with me. I wonder if she's watching TV alone right now, like she usually does.
Yo, Senpai! I got us some seats.
Alright, Kanji, good job, man.
Ooh, good job, Kanji!
Leave it to Kanji to have the right heart to do that. Yay, good job, Kanji.
That's pretty impressive, Kanji. Especially for you.
Damn it, Ted! Leave the especially for you part out next time.
All right, break it up. No fighting, guys. Let's go, Yukun.
Right.
With Yukiko spurring us on, we move on to the seats Kanji saved. There's a table for 4 with 6 chairs he found somewhere. After waiting for everyone to be seated, Yosuke clears his throat as if to drive away all the noise.
So it's a great day out and,
Dude, I don't think this is the time for that.
well, how else should I start off? Look at the size of this crowd.
I'd say I made the right call showing up like this. If I came in my usual costume, the little kids would be swarming my adorable bod. I'd be mobbed.
Oh yes, I've seen how the children tear off your fur from time to time.
Wow! Are you being nice to me, Yuki-chan? Has our love finally blossomed?
Huh? Of course it hasn't.
Shot down as always.
Uh-huh. Teddy.
It's because you never learn.
Well, let's get down to business. We didn't get to talk much yesterday after all.
Anada Chie. We gathered here yesterday after seeing Labrys off, but there wasn't time to calm down and talk about what had happened. In the end, we agreed to leave the details to tomorrow, which is now today.
Don't worry about the crowd. Let's start the investigation team meeting anyway.
Yeah, though we are missing 2 people.
It's just not the same without our full roster of pretty girls. Oh, not only Rise-chan, but Nao-chan couldn't be here either.
Well, it's not like the other day, where we just lost contact with Rise.
She seems really busy. She said she had work during the holidays too. At least we got to talk to her yesterday.
Yeah, Nato-kun's job is keeping her busy too. I guess it's the same old for them.
Naoto-kun knew things about what happened that not even we did. Apparently she knew about Mitsuru-san and her friends from the start.
Thanks to her, though, we got some good information.
Well then, let's get everyone up to speed on what happened using that info.
Yosuke's right. So much has happened in these past few days that none of us has had a good grasp on it all. We need to sort through what we've learned again.
What was it that started it all? Midnight Channel again, I guess. I thought I was dreaming for a good chunk of it, so it's not really hitting me.
The Midnight Channel. That TV world where we helped to restore peace in. It ended up being used by someone else in Labrys' incident. Labrys is the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. A girl with a mechanical body who was stolen from the Keijo group, one of Japan's biggest conglomerates. Someone threw her into the TV world. But Labrys faced her other suppressed self there, and by accepting it, she awoke her persona. That mostly wrapped things up. However...
So who exactly was it that put Labrys inside the TV? And why?
At first, I thought the culprit was jealous of my popularity and tried to break us friends up.
But that wasn't it. Their goal was to disrupt our hearts by making us fight each other, and then steal our personas after they returned to being shadows.
Naoto said as much too.
I don't know. Turning them back to shadows and stealing them. That doesn't sound like something just anyone could pull off.
Maybe not, but we know for certain that the culprit was using that method to try and gather powerful shadows.
Gathering shadows, huh? That's definitely not something any normal person would do.
The atmosphere darkens after Yosuke's remark. During the silence, I recall the events leading up to yesterday. We had once again entered the TV world to figure out why the Midnight Channel was broadcasting again. What we found there was a strange fighting tournament called the P-1 Grand Prix. At the heart of it was Labrys. Having gone through severe trials as a weapon with a heart, she gave birth to her shadow, a suppressed version of herself, which twisted her dream of wanting to be a normal schoolgirl. It all resulted in the P1 Grand Prix, designed to pit people against their friends. After we entered the TV, we got wrapped up in a battle just like Labrys' shadow planned, and were forced to fight one another. But we also met members of the mysterious organization known as the Shadow Operatives, who were in search of Labrys, and their leader, Mitsuru Kirijo, who's CEO of the Kirijo Group. It was with their help that we conquered the tournament. They were using the power of the personas before we were. It was reassuring, in a way, to meet people who dealt with shadows on a daily basis. But the case isn't over yet. We couldn't find our way. We couldn't find out why the culprit put Labrys on the TV to begin with. We don't even know who did it. Mitsuru-san and her people seem to have some idea, but that doesn't mean that we can't ignore what happened in our town. So we made the decision to investigate on the case on our own too.
That reminds me. How are things inside the TV?
The thought suddenly crossed my mind, so I asked Teddy. After we settled the first case, the TV world turned into a beautiful place, but it wasn't that way anymore during the P1 Grand Prix. I wonder what happened there after we saved Labrys.
Still the same. It should go back to normal eventually, but the P1 Grand Prix had such an effect that it's still noisy there. Oh, but,
But what? Quit mumbling and just spit it out.
It's hard to say for sure, but I sense these weird presences. They feel kinda like shadows, but not really.
Weird presences? You mean there's something strange in there?
I don't really know.
What could it be? The culprit, maybe?
Maybe, but maybe not.
We all look at each other after hearing Teddy's evasive answer. If something's in the TV world, it can only be a shadow. Someone besides us who knows about that world, or someone who uses a persona.
Huh? How would that make sense? The culprit wasn't a persona user, right?
He did say that he used Labrys because he couldn't enter the TV world himself.
That's right. The only people who can enter a TV world are persona users. For a normal person to get in, they would have to enter alongside a persona user. If someone who doesn't have a persona falls in, for whatever reason, they're in serious danger. Either a shadow's already dwelling there, or their own shadow might end up killing them.
So, wouldn't that mean this weird thing Ted's talking about can't be our bad guy? Or maybe the culprit can shove people into a TV even though he's not a persona user.
I can understand Kanji's doubts, but unfortunately we don't have enough information right now to say either way.
There's one more thing that bothers me.
What is it?
It's something Naota said.
I tell everyone what Naoto left me with yesterday. She said that when Mitsuru-san's plane was hijacked as a diversion from Labrys' kidnapping, the hijackers had no memory of their actions. They might have been brainwashed or hypnotized, but either way, it couldn't have been done by any normal person.
There's so much we don't know.
But no matter what the culprit was trying to do, if he was after us in the TV world, I doubt this case will wrap itself up.
I agree. Oh, then does that mean...
Too bad for Mitsuru-san, but we're gonna ignore her request not to get involved.
When Mitsuru-san and her people left, they told us not to get involved any further with the case. We knew why they said that, of course. They were worried about our safety. Still.
Ah! So the investigation team's back in business.
Yep. Feel a little bad doing this to Mitsuru-san, but we can't just leave this be. We can fight too. And heck, this is our town, so it's practically our duty to do this.
I'm in too. After all, I am Labby-chan's knight. Plus, I can't sit on the sidelines after seeing what this culprit did to my world. It had gotten so peaceful thanks to you guys.
I knew they felt this way, but I nod firmly after seeing everyone still in agreement.
So it's decided.
Mm-hmm. We have to return the favor of getting stuck with those strange epithets, too.
Everyone looks away briefly after hearing it. Those nonsense nicknames that got broadcast during the P1 Grand Prix made no small stir in our daily lives. Although, personally,
That makes me so mad! What was that carnivore whose discarded womanhood stuff all about? I could swear people cross the street now when they see me!
Really? I was actually pretty impressed.
Huh? Is that how you think of me, Yukon?
No, that's not what I meant.
That reminds me. You seem to like that Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel nickname.
Did he?
Sensei, have you awakened to a new name? Should I call you Kingpin from now on?
I wonder if it's just my imagination or that what Yosuke just said now hurt worse than that nickname. All I meant was that those nicknames weren't that bad. Still, I admit, I was honestly impressed at how precise each of those taunts were in striking at each of our hang-ups.
This sure has turned out to be some Golden Week. And after you took the time to come see us, too.
No kidding. Shit got stirred up the day you came back, like someone planned it that way.
Everyone nods at Kanji's words. Everyone except Yosuke. Unlike the others, he just shoots me a slight bleak glance. I know what it means, but I'll let him say it.
That actually does still bother me a bit.
What do you mean?
Oh, I guess the timing? It's like whoever did this was waiting for you to come back.
I agree with him. The incident with Labrys happened right when I returned to Inaba for Golden Week. It was timed as if whoever set this up was waiting for me to get back in town.
Well, I guess there's no need to think about that now. Oh yeah, where's Marie-chan?
She's elusive as always. It looked like she was buying something at Sozai Daigaku the other day.
What? Nobody told Emi-chan that Sensei was visiting?
Well, it is Marie-chan we're talking about. I'm sure she's noticed that Yukon's back.
We helped her regain her lost memories, and she now protects this town as a minor goddess who supports the townspeople here.
Huh? Then, why hasn't she shown up? I mean, if she knew that Senpai's back, you'd think she'd be the first to show.
Ah! What the? Where'd that lightning come from all of a sudden?
Oh, look at those insane rain clouds. It's gonna start pouring soon for sure.
That's when I noticed the thick crowd of customers here have gotten pretty sparse. As if following the families and hurrying back inside, we also get up from our seats.
Jeez, the weather report has been way off the mark lately.
Oh, sorry, that's mine. Hello? Oh, Kasai-san.
We move away from Yukiko a little to give her some space to talk.
That reminds me, Labrys is a robot, right? Would she rust if she got caught out in the rain?
I don't know, Kanji. That's kind of a stupid question to ask.
Nah, I doubt it. The Kirijo group developed her after all, and they wouldn't be that cheap.
Mid-chan's group sure is amazing. Her stuff is way better than Junes brand electronics.
Shut up! And don't go dissing your own employer.
As Yosuke and Teddy snipe at each other, Chie gazes up to the cloudy sky. When she notices me looking at her, she shakes her head. She shakes her head, telling me not to worry.
Labrys is with Mitsuru-san and her friends, right? I wonder how she's doing.
After the P1 Grand Prix, Labrys joined Mitsuru-san's shadow operatives. since she now has a persona. Even as we speak, she and her companions are probably chasing the culprit who threw her into the TV.
Don't worry, I'm sure she's doing fine. If all goes well, we'll see her again in no time.
Yeah. So since we made our decision to stick our noses into this case, that means we're after the same thing Labrys and the Shadow Operatives are. It seems possible we might meet up with Labrys again somewhere soon. Then again, we're doing this without Mitsuru-san's permission, so I can't say I'm eager to run into them.
Yeah, you're right. Man, I should stop being such a worrywart.
Hey, looks like Yukiko-senpai's off the phone.
Oh, welcome back, Yukiko. What was the call about?
It was the inn. It seems a group of our guests is still out. We didn't have any umbrellas ready for them, so I think a lot of them will come back drenched. Sorry, I have to go back for a bit.
Oh, right. I forgot this is a busy time for the Amagi Inn, too.
Actually, shouldn't we be heading home ourselves? If this keeps up, I bet it'll keep raining into the night.
Raining, huh? That thing's not gonna come on again, is it?
Everyone turns around at Yosuke's words. He says that thing, but we all know what he means. He's talking about the Midnight Channel, which came on at midnight on a rainy day. The weather is just like this during the incident with Labrys too. As if to break the silence, we hear another roll of thunder closer than the one a moment ago.
In any case, let's meet up again tomorrow to check up on the TV world.
Okay, I'll see you all here tomorrow. And I'll make sure to let Rise-chan know too.
I'll call up Naoto-kun, though I don't know yet if she'll be able to make it.
Cool deal. Well, see you guys tomorrow.
We hastily end the investigation team meeting before it starts raining. As I see Yosuke starting to leave after everyone else, I ask him about the issue he raised earlier.
What do you think, Yosuke, about the timing of all of this?
Oh, that. I don't know, I might be overthinking this, but... if the culprit happens to know you, would that give some hint of who it might be?
It was an understandable question, but I can't help but look askance at him. If the culprit had investigated me, of course, he'd know something about me, but not my plan to stay in Inaba during Golden Week. It'd have to be a person who knows me. Plus, I knew that I was coming back during the break. Is there anyone who would know all that?
Is it possible that it could be Adachi?
Adachi-san?
This time, I'm caught completely off guard, and all I can do is dully repeat the question. Toru Adachi, the man who was arrested in the Midnight Channel murders. He should be in police custody now, which is ironic since he used to work for my uncle as a police detective in Inaba Station. We do have quite a history, so obviously he knows about me, and I can't rule out that Dojima-san might have told Adachi about my vacation plan.
No, it wouldn't be him. He has a persona.
Oh, yeah, good point. Sorry, I wasn't trying to weird you out.
Yosuke's tone is apathetic, and he scratches his head. But I should be the one apologizing. I didn't just deny that it could have been Adachi-san because he is opponent persona users. The real reason is that deep down, I trusted what Adachi-san had told me about abiding by the rules. But if it's not him, then who? The gray clouds filled the sky over our heads, mirroring the confused anxiety we shared.
And then Dad came on parent visiting day, so I made sure to raise my hand to answer all the teacher's questions.
Oh, Nanako.
Nanako, you told that story 3 times already.
But she's so excited, Dojima. You can't let her not be this excited. It's Children's Day.
No, I didn't.
Nanako, we've been talking non-stop throughout dinner, sulks at Dojima-san, pointing that out. Whether or not she'll admit it though, I've definitely heard that story several times. Either parent visiting day made her that happy, or she was looking for any excuse to prolonging our conversation. Well, whichever it is, Nanako seems happy, so I don't mind one.
Oh, and guess what? I saw a really long car yesterday.
A really long car? That rings a bell. She must be talking about that extravagant black limousine that Mitsuru-san and the Shadow operatives drove in on.
You mean the limo that was driving around town? Yeah, I heard about that. A big stretch limo in a sleepy little town like ours. Huh. I'll tell you one thing. They won't be from around here.
Dojima-san shoots me a glance while responding to Nanako's comment. He's a detective though, and through. I think he's noticed something's up. Sure enough, after Dojima-san sends Nanako to the sink with the empty dishes, he gets right down to business.
So, what are you up to this time?
He knows. You're screwed, you. There's no hiding anything from that piercing glaze. He has to know we came in contact with Mitsuru-san's people. They were so dignified seeming that I had hoped that even their outrageously long limo wouldn't stand out here, but I find myself actually relieved to be mistaken.
The day you were due back, a detective from the Metropolitan Police Department suddenly rang me up to ask about the details of that case. Not only that, but I saw that Shirogane kid at the station several times these past couple of days. Was this all just a coincidence?
That's...
Can't answer, huh? Well, that's fine.
Dojima gives a deep sigh and closes his eye. That's odd. Normally he'd grill me for more information and yell at me while doing it.
Look, I trust you, but this is different. Don't stick your head into the lion's den. You do understand that I'm a detective and pretty much your guardian while you're here, right?
His strict yet honest gaze asked me to promise that much in return for not probing me further. I'd say yes, but in my mind I'm apologizing at the same time. We're heading into the dangerous waters, but it's the same as the situation where I lived when I lived here. We'd have to be the ones to do this.
As long as you understand that, then do whatever you want.
I can't help but smile at seeing Dojima-san look away and sigh. I'm sure he has a million questions about everything I'm doing, but he's not asking me. It's because he trusts me.
Hey, you're picking on Big Bro again, Dad!
Come on, Dad, stop picking on Big Bro!
Oh, no, not at all. We were just talking.
Really, Big Bro?
Yes, Nanako, yes.
Yeah, there's nothing to worry about.
I'll always be on your side, okay?
When I answer her with a smile, Yanako looks up at me with a worried expression, but her reply is earnest. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see Dojima-san looking uncomfortable, and I can't help but laugh again. When I return to my room, I can hear the faint rumble of thunder in the distance. The rain was pouring down this evening has already stopped. If the pattern holds, the Midnight Channel should stay quiet as long as it's not raining. Realizing that raises some complex feelings in me. I have to get back home tomorrow. And as much as I hope nothing happens, I want to resolve this mystery while I'm still here. But wishing to solve this case means wishing for something to happen.
Make up your mind, you.
I inadvertently glance towards the TV screen's reflective surface and catch myself with an odd smile on my face. Just a little longer until midnight. Out of a habit, I check the time, and the moment I look back at the TV, the screen suddenly turns on.
The strong win, while the weak disappear. Tonight, we will witness the hottest battles in all history. The goddess of victory is waiting to descend upon the ring. P1 fans, Are you ready? Are you ready?
Time to let loose an all-out war!
The contestants in the previous P1 Grand Prix have returned for another tournament, right on the heels of the last one. These warriors will create another legend here at the world-shattering P1 Ring! These are battles of honor, battles of will. Sparks will fly. Some fight for pride, some fight for glory. Will this be decided by pure muscle, or will a battle of wits determine the outcome? Things are heating up! Tonight, who will win the title of champion? Who will be crowned with the winner's wreath? Whose tale of glory will resound for generations? All that remains are the dreams of the warriors. As the Grand Prix plunges into its final chapter, the P1 Climax is...
barely getting started!
Did you see that? What the hell?
Hello? Hey!
Huh? What's going on here?
What in the world? The town! A red fog?
What the?
Yoo-hoo! All you P1 crazies out there, sorry about the long wait.
The TV shows a familiar classroom. If I remember right, it's the announcement room at the school Labrys created inside the TV world during the P1 Grand Prix. Standing in that announcement room is General Teddy. Actually, just his head, chortling away.
The P1 Climax! It's the end of the world! One-on-one deathmatch that's worthy of the name Climax! And best of all, if you don't win the one-on-one tournament to the finish within the hour, the world will end! No punches pulled this time! I'll make myself clear so that no one misunderstands. This will not be taking place within the TV world. It will, in fact, take place in the reality which you occupy. Enjoy it while you can. Alrighty then, time to show off how that special stage is going.
Is that Mitsuru-san?
What will be the fate of our captured queen and her loyal minions? Then again, if we don't have a champion, everyone's a goner anyway. So she'll be in good company. Best of luck to all of you.
The display cuts off abruptly and the TV becomes a silent box. Realizing that a strange red light filling the once dark room, I dash towards the window. The town outside is covered in eerie red fog.
What is that?
The The street lights are off, and I don't sense anyone's presence. That hazy light illuminating the town, it's the red fog? Seeing the town in such an obvious abnormal state snaps me back into my senses, and I quickly look back into my room.
Nanako! Dojima-san!
No one answers. I rush down the stairs and check all the rooms. But no matter how hard I look, the two who live here are nowhere to be found. What in the world is going on here? The P-1 Climax? Are Mitsuru-san and her people really captives? And the worst of all, if this isn't the TV world, is this really still the real world? If so, what's happened to the townspeople? A wave of confusion and fear crashes over me as I sort out through the information in hand. My cell phone won't even turn on. It's like it's suddenly broken. It's happening again.
The Junes food court.
That's right. Whenever we had a case, that's where we'd always gather. If Yosuke, Chie, and Yukiko have noticed this too, then they'll definitely be headed there. Teddy should be with Yosuke, so there's no need to worry about him. Kanji, though, he might head straight into the TV. I chuckled to myself at the thought, a rare moment of humor in this looming crisis. I know where I needed to be, so I quickly prepared myself. Whenever we needed to fight, I was always clad in my Yosugami High uniform. To think that I'd be wearing this again so soon. It's with a sense of trepidation that I open the front door. To be continued. And we finish up the first chapter. Chapter 2. Either we're going to start off with Rise, or we're going to start off with Miss Naoto right here. Is this chapter 1 or is it? Alright, so both will lead up into this, go down to this, all the way down, and all the way. Alright. Thank you all for watching Chapter 1 of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. This is Daaro DS signing out, and be sure to stay tuned for more Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. I will be hopefully posting some online matches and more story mode. So I will catch you guys next time. This is Daaro DS signing out. Have a good one. Peace.